You've heard the term artificial intelligence everywhere, on your phone, in your car, even in the recommendations you get for movies and music. It's become a buzzword, popping up in news headlines, tech ads, and conversations about the future. But what does it actually mean when we say something is powered by AI? At its core, artificial intelligence is the science and the engineering of making computers smart in a way that mimics human intelligence. It's about designing machines that can perform tasks that, until recently, only people could do. AI isn't just about crunching numbers faster than a calculator. It's about learning from experience, understanding and generating language, recognizing patterns in huge amounts of data, and making decisions, sometimes even better than we can. Imagine AI as a kind of brain in a box, a digital mind that's constantly learning and adapting from the information we feed it. The more data it gets, the smarter it becomes, evolving its abilities over time. The ultimate goal? To replicate not just our intelligence but also our creativity, intuition, and problem-solving skills inside a machine. We want computers that can think, imagine, and even dream up new ideas. That brings us to today's big topic: AI content creation. This is where things get really interesting because we're not just using AI to automate boring tasks anymore. Now we're asking AI to write stories, compose original music, paint digital masterpieces, and even help us make videos. It's like giving a computer a set of creative tools and asking it to join the art club. We're handing these digital brains a virtual paintbrush and saying, "Go on, make something new." And the results can be surprising, delightful, and sometimes even a little weird. This is a huge leap forward, from simply following instructions to actually generating something original, something creative that's never existed before. The systems that make this possible are called generative AI. They're designed not just to analyze or sort data, but to use what they've learned to build, invent, and create. Generative AI doesn't just look at data, it uses it as raw material to build something entirely new from scratch, whether that's a poem, a song, or a digital painting. Imagine showing a computer millions of cat photos. It doesn't just memorize what a cat looks like, it learns the essence of catness, the features and quirks that make a cat. Then you can ask it to create a brand new cat image, one that's never existed before, but still looks and feels like a real cat. That's the magic trick behind AI content creation, turning data into imagination, and imagination into reality, all with the help of algorithms. And this isn't just science fiction or a glimpse of the distant future, it's happening right now, in creative studios, offices, and even in your own home. You can ask an AI to write a Shakespearean pizza poem, generate a picture of an astronaut riding a unicorn on Mars, or even help you brainstorm ideas for your next big project. The accessibility of these tools is astounding. Suddenly, creative power is in the hands of millions: students, artists, entrepreneurs, and anyone with an internet connection. But with this incredible power comes a new set of responsibilities, and a lot of complicated questions about creativity, ownership, and ethics. So let's dive in and explore what this all means for our future. How does AI actually create content? It might seem like magic, but there's a fascinating process behind every AI-generated story, image, or song. Let's peel back the curtain and see what's really happening when you ask an AI to create something new. The secret lies in large language models for text, and similar deep learning models for images and sound. These are powerful algorithms, built on layers of artificial neural networks, that can process and generate information in ways that mimic human creativity, at least on the surface. These models are like vast networks of digital neurons, trained on massive amounts of internet data, books, articles, images, music, and more. Imagine feeding an AI the collective knowledge and creativity of millions of people all at once. That's the scale we're talking about. But instead of simply memorizing facts, AI learns relationships and patterns, like how queen often goes with king, or that the sky is blue and grass is green. It builds a complex web of associations, understanding context and nuance in language, images, and even sounds. When you prompt it, say, write a story about a lonely robot, the AI doesn't just spit out random words. It predicts the next word, then the next, carefully crafting sentences based on everything it's seen before. This process continues, word by word, until your story is complete. For images, a technique called diffusion starts with random noise and gradually shapes it into your prompt, like sculpting with pixels. The AI refines the chaos step by step until a clear picture emerges that matches your request. The same goes for music and video. AI learns what makes a melody uplifting, how harmonies work, or how scenes flow together in a film. It can compose, edit, and even remix content, drawing on patterns it's learned from countless examples. But remember, AI isn't thinking or feeling. It doesn't have imagination or emotions. Instead, it's a master pattern matcher, using probability and statistics to generate new content that often feels surprisingly human. And it's getting shockingly good at it. As these models grow and learn from even more data, the line between human and machine-made content keeps getting blurrier. Why the hype? First, speed. AI creators are transforming the way we approach creative work, making what once seemed impossible, possible in a matter of moments. AI can generate drafts for blog posts, ads, jingles, and logos in minutes, tasks that once took weeks and teams of specialists. Now, a single person can accomplish in an afternoon what used to require a whole department. This efficiency democratizes content creation, making it accessible to anyone, not just big-budget companies. Whether you're a student, a small business owner, or a hobbyist, you suddenly have the power to create professional-level work. But it's not just about speed. It's about unlocking new possibilities and giving people the freedom to experiment without fear of wasting time or resources. AI can be a creative partner, a muse that never gets tired. It's always ready to brainstorm, suggest, and inspire no matter the hour. Stuck on a story? Ask AI for plot twists. Need a catchy slogan? Let AI pitch a dozen options in seconds. It's like having a creative team on standby, 24/7. Need a beat? AI can generate one instantly. Musicians can experiment with new sounds, remix tracks, or even compose entire songs with just a few clicks. These tools lower the barrier to entry, letting anyone bring their ideas to life. No art school or music theory required. Creativity is no longer limited by technical skill or expensive equipment. Teachers can create custom visuals, scientists can animate theories, and creators can experiment freely. The classroom, the lab, and the studio are all being reimagined. It's not about replacing experts, but giving everyone a toolkit for digital expression. The more people who can participate, the richer our creative world becomes. And let's be honest, it's fun. There's a sense of play and discovery that comes from collaborating with AI, as if you're inventing something new together. Collaborating with AI sparks play and wonder, encouraging creativity for its own sake. It invites us to try, fail, and try again, without judgment. The potential for education, entertainment, and personal expression is immense. With AI creators, we're only just beginning to explore what's possible, and that's why the excitement is so real. AI isn't just about efficiency, it's about expanding creativity. Think of it as a new instrument like the electric guitar once was for music. AI could enable new forms of art we haven't even imagined. Imagine games or movies that adapt in real time, creating unique experiences for each person. AI can bridge gaps in our abilities. If you can't draw but have ideas, AI can turn your vision into images. This collaboration fuses human intent with machine execution, opening doors for hybrid artistry. AI can also help us understand creativity itself, revealing patterns in art, music, and stories we might not see. By teaching machines to be creative, we're forced to reflect on what creativity really means. But there's a shadow side. What happens to jobs when AI can generate thousands of images or write articles in seconds? Many creative professionals, artists, writers, musicians, worry about being replaced or devalued. The middle class of creative work, stock photos, logos, background music, is especially at risk. This could hollow out creative industries, leaving only a few stars at the top. It's not just about money, it's about purpose and pride in one's craft. If AI does the work, do we lose the value of the process, the struggle, the story behind the art? There's also a risk of skill erosion. If we rely on AI, will future creators ever master their craft? We could end up with a generation of curators and prompters, not true creators. Beyond jobs, there are deep ethical issues. AI learns from the internet, which is full of biases and stereotypes. If the data is biased, the AI will be too, amplifying harmful stereotypes or reinforcing inequalities. Then there's misinformation. AI can create fake videos, audio, and images that are nearly impossible to distinguish from reality. This threatens public trust and makes it harder to know what's true. Another problem. AI's decision-making is often a black box. Even its creators can't always explain its choices. If AI floods the internet with low-quality content, How do we find authentic human voices? We risk drowning in a sea of meaningless machine-made noise. Here's the big question. Is AI-generated content truly original? AI learns from millions of human-made works, so is it creating or just remixing? Critics call it stochastic parroting, remixing data without understanding or intent. This raises legal and ethical questions. Who owns AI art? The prompter, the company, or the original artist? Some say it's copyright infringement. Others argue humans are also influenced by what they see and hear, but there's a key difference: intent. Human artists make conscious choices. AI has no experience or worldview. Can something be art if there's no artist behind it? We face two futures. In one, AI empowers everyone to create, accelerates discovery, and frees humans for higher-level creativity. New jobs emerge: AI prompt engineers, curators, ethics auditors. Society adapts and creativity flourishes. In the other, AI decimates creative industries, floods the internet with synthetic content, and erodes trust. Art becomes homogeneous, and human creativity is marginalized. Power concentrates in a few tech companies, and efficiency trumps authenticity. The future could be more productive, but less human. We're at a crossroads. AI is a tool, a mirror and a magnifier of our culture and values. The path we take isn't set, it depends on the choices we make now. The benefits are huge: democratized creation, personalized education, new ways to understand ourselves. But the risks, job loss, bias, misinformation, loss of human touch, are real. We can't stumble blindly into this future. We need empathy, foresight, and tough conversations. Ultimately, the future of AI and creativity comes down to our values. What kind of world do we want to build with these tools? The choice is ours.